Good evening, everyone. We are here to talk on a topic called cultural affiliation, ethnicity, tribalism, and its effect on both economic and political development. First and foremost, cultural affiliation is defined or has to do with taking into cognizance person's distinctive identity, cultural norms, beliefs, way of life into the national, the political, and economic lives of one another. Cultural affiliation and development are two antagonistic and objective concepts that don't go pari passu, in the sense that tribalism and ethnicity doesn't just distort social relationship between people, interpersonal conflict on this stand. It affects it enhances or promotes industrial conflict. For example, in Nigeria, we have, for example, in the southwest, or a Yoruba dominated or owned company, where we have the founder or the managers, senior executives as Yorubas. He sees a reason, for example, to employ his own kinsmen and people of his own ethnic identity. I think we are all following, but not keeping into cognizance professionalism, the experiences, the technical know-how, and the knowledge of the employees or staffs about to be employed. But he looks at his ethnic and national identity, which has a devastating effect on business practice, on human capital development in the workplace and the academia. You promote quack graduates, you promote quack labor or workforce, because such person you employed doesn't know the technical know-how of what is he studied or what he claims to do or practice in such workplace or in the organization. But based on ethnic dimension, based on ethnic determination, based on ethnic influences, he's being employed or granted that job. This is how we experience economic underdevelopment. Also in the political scene, there's a political marginalization between the Igbos and several other national identity. It in a way causes a separatist perception in ideology, in political relationship, and also in national unionism. It hinders national development, and there is no and true democracy is devoid in such system, because where there is separatist approach, where there is a dimension of divisionalism, there will be this national grudge, lying on the hearts of those vulnerable ethnic groups, which dictates their political practice, which dictates their political behavior. So this also causes political turmoil or social conflict nationally, amongst national identities. Aside, I talked of employment, and also I talked of social and political turmoil. Also, cultural affiliation or ethnicity has a great advantage in development, in the sense that people are not practicing or yielding the best idea, both in research and practice, both the theoretical, the cognitive, and the Semitic involvement of knowledge and practice that transform the system is devoid. Such system is operates in a very poor human capital capacity. Now, cultural affiliation and ethnicity and how it promotes underdevelopment. Aside professionalism, the best brains or the intellectuals in a nation or a country becomes non-entities. By so doing increases robbery due to joblessness. The young graduates who are intellectually sound, who are not opportuned to be employed or empowered, by the country of having so much structural challenges in rehabilitating and maintaining a good and accurate human capital development. We see a reason, because an idle mind, an idle man is the devil's workshop. In solitary could be traumatic, and a country whereby there are no policies or enabling environment for human ideas to strive, we see a reason to engage in dubious means like internet fraudulence, theft, to some extent even terrorism, ritualism and kidnapping. All these are effects of a nation having structural challenges on maintaining and developing its human resource development. Now, cultural influence or cultural affiliation, tribalism, causes national hate. Instead of national development, there is a disinvolvement in national unity. We start talking of a regional party, a political party serving regional purposes, serving regional interests, that is not standing on national platform or national background or national visions or national ideology that takes the whole federation to one vision and mission. You start hearing at the corner of every region protests, debates that has ethnic or tribalistic background or point of view, which is not good for national unity, which is not good for national development. A nation that must experience an accurate national building must take into cognizance, both in the industry, in the academia, and in the political scene, cultural affiliation as the greatest or one of the greatest cankerworm that destroys the fabric of our great nation, Nigeria. But this must start. The solution to this is our leaders must lead by good example. And our school curriculum, starting from the nursery and primary school, must imbibe subjects and also the practices of cultural awareness. Subjects like peace studies, peace building and development, very key. Not just peace and conflict studies or security. Giving the children in their innocent stages in life, in their vulnerable ages, accurate and adequate information on the evils of ethnicity and tribalism. It causes social turmoil, as I've said. It causes national insecurity like theft, ritualism, and cultural affiliation dictating the economic system, causes poor level of professionalism in every sector of our economy. Aside, I talked of national heat. Every business organization, every sectors, can perform in its best and optimum corporate professionalism as expected. So, dear leaders in Nigeria and in the world, this is a very important piece of information, not to be taken for granted. This should start from our school. We must have subjects whereby we have vulnerable services, voluntary services, where children of nursery and primary schools will be indoctrinated, with messages of national integration, message of nation development, and they must practice it. How do they practice it? Not just what they are being taught, learning how to serve themselves, how to love themselves, irrespective of their tribes or language. Our government has a lot to do, and also the academia, also the ruling or governing body that dictates education has a lot to do. Thank you. I'm Samson Adeboye Gashodeko, the CEO of Suncrown Global Consult. Good night.